So let me get this right. So you want me to fight through thousands of monsters to defeat 7 bosses, all while carrying your soul to the afterlife? And I could easily die during any of this. What was that? I get to wear cool clothes? Let me check my schedule, one moment. I can move that, but... yeah. Sure, I got nothing to do. Let's go. Dungeon 2 is a top-down hack-and-slash game being sold on Steam, and... oh god, is it difficult. Through most of the story is to transport this young woman's soul to the afterlife, which already sounds really difficult, but when you yourself are mortal, and also facing very tough opposition, this becomes extremely difficult, especially when you're unarmed at the start. And you know, like, half the enemies in the game are invisible. Yeah, that does make things hard. It works is it's got all these different little regions that all have their own unique enemies and unique dungeons for you to go into. Now, you are going to have to eventually go into every dungeon to beat the game, but I'd suggest going to Endless War first, especially if you're considering on playing a melee-based playthrough. If you're going to be going ranged or magic, you might want to go to those respective dungeons, but if you're going any form of melee, you're going to want to go to the Frost dungeon first. Why that is because all of the bosses and even the enemy's strengths in said dungeons are based off of your skills. And, well, enemies having incredibly heightened strength because you have high strength means you're going to be taking a ton of damage. Trust me, I tried coming into this dungeon at about level 60 or so, and I got one-shot by a basic attack. Yeah, it's not fun. Now, if you see a crack in the wall, like this, open it up. There's always something nice inside. Dungeon. Thankfully, I'm well armed now, so it shouldn't be that much of a problem. Never mind. Fuck that. If you happen to die, you'll see that the blue heart in the top left corner will actually turn red. When it's red, if you die, you're dead. Simply, that's the girl's soul protecting you. So long as she's protecting your body, you'll be fine. And you can also reclaim her heart to protect your body once more. All the dungeons have their own skill that they're based on. So you won't have to worry about enemies having high health in the strength dungeon, because that's not what they're focusing on. They're focusing on your strength. However, you'll also have to worry about, say, the crit dungeon if you have really high dexterity, because they'll be critting you almost every hit. There's the boss door. Now, to get through that, I'm going to need a black key. And here's the boss room. Now, I'm just going to preemptively loot the room. He's not going to bother me until I actually go up and talk to him, which is actually a feature I really like. I like that the bosses are nice and civil. It's a nice touch. And here is where my run completely changed. I mean, like, come on. Seriously? Look at this thing. Look at it. and then found another dungeon that I did not want to go into. Can't force me in there. I then decided to proceed to murder a group of 4 people for a nice shiny orange cape. So remember that next time that you're in my way when I'm trying to go buy a new cape. This is the endgame portal. You have to beat all the dungeons to open up all those eyes. I'm nowhere near that yet, so I need to get more prepared. And here is the dungeon that will make you hate yourself. Remember I was talking about the crit dungeon earlier? Yeah, here it is. All the enemies in here have really high crit rates, and it's all based on your own dexterity. And I'm an archer who requires a lot of dexterity. I'm probably gonna die here, repeatedly. Although an interesting thing in this game is that once you clear a room, scavengers appear. These little beasts are there to eat the bodies of the people you've killed, or I guess ghosts? Do ghosts have bodies? Anyways, if you kill them, they have a very high chance of dropping health potions. So, yeah, have at it. Just slaughter them. They're not gonna mind. Maybe they do. Alright, time for the next boss. Let's do this. Excuse me, what the fuck? Let's try that again, shall we? Dungeon is also pretty hard, but not as a crit dungeon. Just remember, almost every single enemy in here is either A, invisible, or B, has a ranged attack. So, yeah, it's gonna suck. No, never mind. Now, when you get into a situation like this, it can get pretty nerve-wracking, and it really sucks. Now just make sure that if you do get into a situation like this, you don't die. Yeah, so I'm sorry I couldn't get your soul into the underworld in time before I died.
But maybe we could try this again sometime, if you don't mind. But on the brighter side, here, you should see this cool bow I got. Look at it. It's like, look, I can fire like 50 arrows in a second. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm indoors. So yeah, it's like my ending rating for Bit Dungeon is it's an okay. I'd probably rate it higher if I played more games like it. So if you like those hack and slash style top-down games, you'd probably like it a lot more than me. It'd probably end up being a good or even great game in your mind. However, I'm just not a fan of, one, top-down fighters, and two, hack and slash games. But for what it is, I really did like it. So I'm giving it an okay. If it was just like any generic hack and slash game, it probably would have ended up bad or worse. So, yeah. Bit Dungeon 2, it's a good game. Pretty much, you know what? No, I'm gonna give it a good. Because of how cheap it is. I got it for $5. Like, seriously, when was the last time that you got a good quality game for $5? But yeah, see you next time. So tune in next time where I bounce my ass across the moon and get scared by any inanimate object and end up smacking it with a wrench. See ya.